So today I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing a gory zombie makeup look, and I'm also going to be using an FX transfer, this little guy right here. So I guess let's just get into it. So I feel like since we're doing like a zombie look that I don't really need to do like foundation and that kind of stuff, but I will be doing like coloration and like bruising and stuff to make, you know, make it so I look dead. So I will be using the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel. Okay, so for this I'm going to try and make my under eye look like I haven't slept in a long time. So I'm just going to take purple right here and kind of tap that in this region right here. Basically just make the already purple under eyes more purple. Don't need much help, but yeah. And some in like, wasn't even the right finger. I feel like an idiot. Alright, I'm also going to take blue right here, like the dark blue. Stuff on my pinky a little bit before you come off. There we go, that looks black. Take that more in there. Looks like I just got punched in the face, which, you know, that could happen if somebody's trying to fight me off or something. So now that the bruises are done, I think that I'm going to probably make like a little cut along my cheek or something. Just a little scrape to give it more goriness. I'm going to do first is take spirit gum and put that wherever I want it. Actually, map out where you want the cut with a light colored lip liner. So I'm thinking just like, because I want it to look like it's busted open, like I got cracked in the face. Now I'm going to take spirit gum. I'm just going to slather that on right over where the mark is. So, alright, so I'm going to let that dry for just a second, and while I'm doing that I'm going to get my scar wax ready, or modeling wax. I'm using Graftobian modeling wax. I have this little spatula thingy, just going to scoop a little bit out, and I'm just going to start working with it, just rolling it in my fingers just to make it a little wormy. Now that I'm working with the scar wax, I'm just going to tap the spirit gum, and when it gets tacky, that means that it's ready to lay down the scar wax. So I'm just going to plop that down on there. My fingers are sticky. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to start kind of making it so that it's like this kind of shape on my face, so it looks like a bump on my face. You'll see what I mean. But I'm just going to start smoothing the edges out so that there's still like this kind of shape, but more smoothed out. So here we go. Now that the bump is done and all like kind of smoothened out, I'm going to use a toothpick, and I'm going to use that to kind of cut the middle. One of the reasons that it's so hard to work with is because when you try and cut down the middle, it'll pull the wax. I'm pretty sure you already saw, but like it makes it so it clumps up. So you have to kind of like redo what you just did. For the scrape, first I'm going to set it so it's not shiny and not as sticky. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. So now I'm just going to try and color it, and I'm going to try and color the inside like a dark red using a toothpick. I'm not sure how this is going to work, so just going to take some of the color, try and plop it in there. So now I'm probably just going to put a little more powder on it, and then we're going to get to coloring. Okay, so we're going to color the scrape a little bit, just to make it look a little more realistic. So I'm going to take that same red that we were using, and just kind of blot this. With grease paints, you should always go kind of light-handed when you're coloring, especially when it comes to like scar wax and latex, because they kind of grab the color, and then when you try and blend it out, it'll start to look like this, where the color will just kind of disappear. So you just kind of have to like blot it. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the purple right here and just kind of darken the inside a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of blood, and I'm also going to use toothpicks for this, just so it doesn't get as messy as last time. Okay, so now that the blood is done, I'm thinking that I want to draw on some veins, just to make it look like I don't know, I have veins on my face. So I'm going to take the blue color and this little lip pencil, lip brush. Okay, so this is going to be my second attempt at FX transfers. The first one I did was devil horns, and that didn't work out too well. I think I still have the horns. Let me check. Okay, so I do still have the horns. I think that I get how to do it now, and this one might be a little bit easier. From my understanding, it's basically a temporary tattoo. So what I'm going to do is peel the plastic right here, and that is very sticky. And I think that you just lay this down and put this on top of it, then basically just stick it down. Then I think you peel the plastic off as if it were a temporary tattoo. I want it on my face. I think I'm gonna just put it on my face. Okay, so what you have to do is basically, I mean, I'm sure if you understand how to use a temporary tattoo, you can figure this out too. I don't have much room to talk because I messed up the first time I tried to do one of these. But what I'm going to do is take a beauty blender, I'm going to wet it so that it's very damp but not soaking me with water, and going to stick this right here and so this already isn't sticky. Maybe coloring around it. So we're gonna take the bruise wheel again. I think since this is a fresh cut, we're gonna make it look like it's a fresh bite. So I guess just take some red and just dab it along the edges to kind of simulate inflammation. Because if you just got bit, it's probably gonna get a little irritated and inflamed. Alright, and now for the deeper red, to go kind of more towards the bites. I'm just cutting off some of the edges that keep frying up. Alright, so something that I'm going to do is take my beauty blender because this is the big no-no. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and take Tarte Shape Tape and Fair, and I'm going to kind of just dab that on there a little bit. Alright, so we're going to take that red again. Alright, so I think something that I'm also going to do is take a little bit of Scar Wax, just the tiniest little bit. Just gonna set that Scar Wax. Alright, so now that, like, you can see that it looks like it's indented, but since the Scar Wax is on there, it has like an even thing. So it should be easier to put the colors in there. Okay, so I think I'm going to take some blue and just focus that even closer to the bites. Okay, yeah, so it does look like it's like aged more. And I like that you can kind of see the folds of skin, so I do kind of want to take the lighter red, kind of dab it off a little bit, like just do that and just run it over those lines to kind of accentuate those lines and make them look more defined. Maybe take a little bit more blue. Alright, so now that that is done, it is going to be time for blood. I'm just going to tip my head, drop the blood in there. And just kind of like let them do their own thing. But I don't want it to be too bloody because I still want to be able to tell like what it is, so I might clean this part up a little bit. So this is the final look. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm definitely pretty happy about the fact that the transfer came out so nice, since it is only my second attempt and the first time it failed pretty badly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.